We could put a flashlight on this picture so you could see Dr. Johnson. And he's holding a little puppy dog in his arms. All right. How do you make antifreeze? You steal her long underwear. And did you hear about the man who was upset about his fourth daughter getting married? Well, why? Well, my first daughter married a man from Singleton, New Hampshire, and they had one child. My second daughter married a man from Three Rivers, Michigan, or rather, my second daughter married a man from Twin Oaks, Missouri, and they had 2 children. My third daughter married a man from Three Rivers, Michigan, and they had 3 children. And my fourth daughter, well, why are you worried about your fourth daughter? She's going with a fellow from the Thousand Islands. Did you know about the man who went into the restaurant and he said, is the chef in? And the waitress says, no, he went out to eat. And about the sign in the restaurant window that said, don't make fun of our coffee. Someday you'll be old and weak too. Okay. Do you know let's see. You know that computers are in the Bible? Eve said to Adam, do you want an apple too? And you know about Harry talking to God, and he said to God, God, how much is $1 million to you? And God said $10. And Harry says, well, God, how long is 1,000,000 years to you? And God says, 1 second. And Harry says, God, will you loan me $10? And God said, certainly, just a second. So if you folks have any announcements, I want to cooperate with you. There are so many calls. And I think you should have a public access show. And you people who have been swindled by the courts, as you've just heard here for the past 5 hours, I think you should go on television and tell it. So we'll see you folks, and remember Ephesians 5, be imitators of God, walk in love, and beware of those deceivings by empty words, and remember the fruit of the Spirit, goodness, righteousness, and truth, and we will bring the courts to that, and we will keep after them until they do.
Hello, Glendora. Which is coming to an end soon. Got your messages, and I just want to tell you about the inaudible. You know, sometimes two people are talking at the same time, or somebody drops their voice, and I listen to it like 17 times, and I just can't get it. So it's usually just a word or two. It's not like, a whole 20-minute thing or anything. The quality of the CDs is fine. So it's just, just once in a while it happens, and you just can't understand what the person's saying for a few different reasons. And like I said, just like a word or two here or there. Thank goodness for very open. Anyway, enjoy the rest of it. Hi, Glendora. You can call me back. I'm glad you returned my call, but you can call me in the morning at about 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, number 718-969. Your last statement was, Adam, do I want to be an apple? Well, call me. Okay, I thought that was very funny. All right, bye.
Fascinating and very funny, Yolette.
This message will be on. Hey, Glendora, this is Gordon Clark. Sorry I missed your call before. Thanks for the encouraging words and good joke. You can give me a call back if you have time later today. You know how to reach me, 860. All right, Glendora, it's Mary. Please call me back when you got a chance. I have something to tell you. Thank you. Bye-bye. You want to bet?
This is
You don't have to take anything off.
James Dixon.
Yeah. Glendora is one. There was the guy who was talking about his financial situation, and he said, I'm so poor I can't pay attention. I'm so poor I can't even pay attention. Hi there, Glendora. It's me calling from Manhattan Neighborhood Network. How are you?
Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
So that I sent your certificate out in the mail today, so it should be there in the next few days. And also, I was wondering if Jennifer and I could come out and do a day of filming with Glendora for our series on the eminent divas, the women of public access. If Saturday, November 20th, or Sunday, November 25th would work for you. That's the weekend after Thanksgiving, and we were wondering if we could come out and do a shoot with you. We would drive out with all our equipment and see if we could spend the day with you. Let me know if that works, and we can set something up. My number is 212.
Hey, Glendora, Maryland, Rhode Island. Well, I could try to reach you. I think you must have taken a vacation on the other line here. Hope all is well. We're in relocation, as you may very well know. The D.N. Davidson case, the cyber stalker here in Rhode Island, was supposed to be in court the other day, and he did not appear. A warrant was issued, but his lawyer called the judge and had the warrant canceled. And, of course, I'm not happy about that. I'm the victim, and I sat in court. And my daughter's the victim. We both sat there, and we showed, but the defendant didn't. Well, anyway, in any event, he's back in court on the 7th of this month, and they're going to combine the
That was yesterday, the 7th of this month.
trials and put together. There are supposed to be 3 other arrests, 1 other arrest regarding the films of which he made, and 2 others on the copycat. Anyone goes to Google and they put in Daniel Davidson RI for Rhode Island, they'll see all the information come up. Former Cox Cable Public Access, PBS Now employee, the man who takes the tape from the producer and places it on the air. For years, he's been in violation of editing and censoring our films, verbally abusive, sexually harassing young females in the property. You name it, he's done it. Lifted private conversations at public meetings, at Charahoe School Committee meetings. You'll see that in the computer on him also. Not a very good boy. And why Cox kept him in, I don't know. And then PBS took over, as I said, public access TV. And I don't know how long that will last. 9. Well, it's me again, Marilyn Shelton in Rhode Island. And to finish this up, if you go to YouTube on YOUTUBE and you put in either Daniel Davidson or Marilyn Shelton preferably, myself, you'll see films show up, and you'll see the ones of which Mr. Davidson made in the top. Marilyn Shelton, Hopkinton, #1 prostitute, Rhode Island. And he took my film and did a documentary news production. He morphed over them. They took a...
Saved message 10.
Well, here we go again. We're Mary Raps at HCI and Mary Shops Brown.
when you go to Marilyn Selden on YouTube. And you'll see that full page. Then you'll see a film I made on Judge Senarini and a film I made on the arrest of Dan Davidson. There'll be another arrest, as I said, and then the wannabes that made the others a copycat. I had told the police that I knew it was Dan Davidson and police affiliates and public officials, and watch how this goes, because that's the characters involved will be arrested. I'll get back to you with that. Go look at the computer and Google all. Good luck. God bless. And no more feather stalking. It's against the law. Look it up. And you'll see in your state what it references to. And if anyone does this to you, you go to the FBI, State Police, Computer Crimes Division. You get them. They'll trace them right down, and they'll track them, and they'll bring them in, and they'll bring them right through the process. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Seven.
Now I want to hear it again. Now what you're not going to see on YouTube is the following. Dan Davidson took the headshot, actually a mugshot, of the murderer of my son. My son was murdered July 96 in Florida. He sent that to me through the message sensor of YouTube, and he posted it. Then he said I was going to die too. My late son's teenage daughter and I opened that email up from YouTube and were confronted with that. Threatening, harassment, hate, etc. Can you only imagine sending a mugshot of the murder of my son, her father, and say I'm going to die too? Now you know, ladies and gentlemen, why he was arrested. Bye-bye.
12.
Right. Hello, Glendora. Marilyn from Rhode Island calling. Today, Dan Davidson went to pre-trial for cyber stalking me on YouTube. Yes, YouTube, if anybody goes there and puts in Marilyn Sheldon, MarilynSheldon, you'll see many films, one of which I made on a judge, and one on Dan Davidson being arrested for this crime, and other films of which he made and copycats made, which also will be arrested. What is cyber stalking? Cyber stalking, every law in every state may vary. Basically, it comes down to you're putting up something that's not newsworthy. So, Glendora, you're covered because what you put on your show is very newsworthy. It's not considered stalking, harassment, or any of the above. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to put something on the Internet for the public to view, it cannot be anything that would be detailed under cyber stalking. And if you go to whatever state you live in and put down, say, New York, NY, cyber stalking laws, you'll see clearly what it defines. Again, if it's newsworthy, noteworthy, then you're fine. The interpretation of that may be different from person to person. But Dan Davidson sending me the mugshot of the murderer of my son and then telling me I was going to die too was quite over the top, to say the least. And the other films you will see clearly to note what is not allowed. Hey, somebody may not like somebody, but there are rules. There are rules. And he broke the rules, and he committed a crime. And now he is in court.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Fox Cable, public view. Well, it's Carolyn again, so I told you Dan worked formally for Cox Cable until Verizon came into Rhode Island, and then the House and the Senate here, legislature, decided that they would turn it over to PBS, whereas Verizon did not want to get into the public access. And Cox never wanted to. So now he, for the moment, is still an employee of PBS. So we don't know how this is going to end. I suspect that there'll be some names that'll come forward that'll be very shocking that were involved in this. Surprise, though, I did relay who I thought would be the party. So again, and if you go to Channel 6 TV or Channel 12 TV in Rhode Island on the computer, I believe the videos will be up on the screen for you to watch. WPRI and WLNE, I believe.
WLNE.
Just Google Channel 6 on Channel 12 TV, Rhode Island. Those will come up, and you'll be able to see the videos there in New York or wherever this film being produced by Glendora. And Glendora's had many problems with public access videos over the years, and all of us have. And editing our shows, censoring our shows, giving us the wrong time slots, and we're not paid for this. This as a volunteer type of situation for the community, for the benefit of the community, our time, our hours, and our pay. And we have to put up with an awful lot.
Our morning, number 7189692. Fascinating. Very funny. Give me a call. Your last statement was Adam and Eve. Do I want to be an apple? Well, call me. Let's see like I thought that was very funny. All right, bye.
Hello, Glendora. It's Karen. It is Monday, 4:54. We did go to the mailbox, and yes, your papers were in there, so I have them. I will process them on Wednesday. I hope all is well. I do apologize for the long delay. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.
November 2nd at 4:55 p.m.
Hi, Glennie. I've got some information for you, and I'm going to break it down into three parts. Part A is I spoke to Amber up at the tech school, and Amber says that she doesn't have an application. The Capital Tech School is a education government access, or an EGG. It is not a public access station. She did say, however, if it is a VHS or a disc, she would be willing to listen to it, but it would have to be reviewed by their advisory council in order for it to be utilized. B, Amber suggested I going to Time Warner Public Access Channel 9, and they should have an application. So I did that. And C is the numbers I looked up on the internet under Time Warner, and I found our section, and the number is 1-800-833-2253 or 207-253-2222. The fax number is 207-253-2404. Excuse me, 2405. And then I was able to call one of those numbers, and I talked to a lady named Patty. She got me the number of the production, the program director for the production section for Time Warner for Augusta. And her name is Trudy, and her number is 207-620-3310. I think that if you call this Trudy, maybe Monday, she wasn't in today, that you should be able to get your answer. I hope that's enough. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you, Stephen, my nephew.
Save a message, press 1. To save this message and play the next message, press 2. To delete this message and play the next message, 17 p.m.
Hi, Glendora. It's Lydia. Got your message. It's after 7 o'clock. Got your message, and we are in town. Our plans have changed a little bit, so we will be in town for the next couple of weeks. But so anyway, we will pick you up tomorrow for Jacob's Well because Ruth is sick, and so she will not be going. So we will definitely be out there to pick you up, and I'm so glad that you had a good trip and you're home, and I probably will talk to you on Monday. Have a good night. Bye.
That's my nephew Stephen in Augusta, Maine area, trying to find out about public access in Augusta, the nation, or rather the state's capital, and this has gone on for about 2 years. It has to be a record. So we're going to, when we get time, pursue this. Public access in Augusta, Maine. Augusta, the state capital of Maine.
Restaurant window.
What's that?
Don't make fun of our coffee. Someday you'll be old and weak too. All right, sweetie.
Okay, well, take care of yourself.
And in the restaurant window?
No.
Don't make fun of our coffee. Someday you'll be old and weak too.
Mary Ramage, you see these bags? They're thermal bags, so that when you buy frozen things at the store, they'll stay frozen until you get them home. See, they're all lined with foam rubber. Well, the princess here thinks that they're pretty comfortable to sleep on. Yeah, she thinks they're pretty nice to sleep on. So she's sleeping on 5 or 6 of them. And His Excellency over here, Sebastian, took my chair, so I had to go to another desk and work. And the stuffed raccoon, he thinks it's going to be fun to sleep on the red plaid electric blanket. And I want to show you the new clock, new kitchen clock. See if we can get some light on it. Why are these clocks all over the place? It's because of the minute hand. It's because you can watch that minute hand and you can have a moment of ecstasy with God, your creator and your sustainer. 2, 3, God's perfection. 4, God's beauty. 5, billions of galaxies. 6, billions of stars. 7, we have a star. 8, our star has a planet. 9, that has soil and water and air and heat and life and joy and excitement. Amen. A moment of ecstasy. November 9th, 2007, Friday, 10 a.m.
My name is Bruce Jones. I work for the Hanner from here in Kinderhook. I spoke with you this afternoon about the frozen turnip. We don't have any in stock right now, but we do. We spoke with our corporate office in Maine, and it's going to take a few days to get through the system. We should have it here in-house and ready for purchase by Thursday at the latest, but next week. I wish I could tell you that I'd have it sooner than that, but it really does look like we will have it for you, though, by Thursday. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye.
Bruce Jones.
Play the message, press 1.
November 9th. Folks, did you ever try to write a legal paper with a cat stretched out on your right side and a cat upside down on your left side? Now this is a ponderous legal paper, and look at the little bit of space I have to write it in. This is a paper that came back from Mordew, Chief Judge, District Court of the United States, Northern District of New York, in Syracuse, on Glendora versus Eric Press. Well, I'll just have to try. Keep writing it. Feet in the air. Feet all over the legal paper. Okay, friends, we put in our 3 hours on it today. We should have put in 5. But I made the mistake of fooling around in a grocery store. I should have just forgot all about going to the grocery store. So, let's feed the outdoor animals peanut butter sandwiches, peanut butter on pumpernickel. And then let's call it a day. up at 5 o'clock this morning. It's an amazing thing how she curls her toes. I refuted Mordu's first page and started the second. These are judges. Judge.com and Judge Sebastian. They're judges because they love to sleep on legal papers. November 11th, Veterans Day. God bless them. Do everything you can for the veterans. Everything. And it was 14 years ago today that Charles F. Dolan, Cablevision, Thomas Garger, and all those bad people who worked for Cablevision took a chat with Glendora off of the TV in Nassau County. 450,000 subscribers. 14 years ago today. We'll talk about it more later. We are winding up the brilliant, magnificent protest to the murder of Americanism in the District Court of the United States, Northern District of New York, Syracuse. The massacre of Americanism by one Norman A. Mordu. This has been a thrilling paper to write. We're on the last page, page 8, of Murder of America. And I'm expectant with ecstasy to read it to you. This is a great fight for right up against this massacre of Americanism. Veterans died in vain, but we will stand up for you. And we will stand up for what you died for. And we will keep on the fight. You poor youth. You poor mothers' babies. You poor fathers' sons.